Welcome back to In the Know with KO. I'm your host, Kristen Adams, also known as KO. I'm back. Grab a cup of whatever makes you happy and get in the know. So if you're wondering where I've been, I'm back and I'm ready with a full heart. Where have I been? Great question. And I brought some notes to help me out because a lot has happened in these last few months. I needed to refill my cup, literally, and my sanity, okay? And I even had to overcome my very first hater on the show. I actually got some nasty commenter out there. It totally ruined my day, totally ruined my perception of my show. And I had enough people that did love the show come to me and say, why are you letting that one person bring you down? So for that guy, we're back on, and you're not bringing me down, okay? You don't bother me. I hear you, and you're allowed to have your opinions, right? But we don't need to be in the know about anything you've got to say. So I don't know how famous people do it. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to leave that out there. If you're famous and you deal with all that hate, golly, my hat's off to you, because I don't know. I also had to remind myself to stop talking about healing and actually do it, because, we can do a lot of lip service, and, I can promote all of this to everybody, but it's kind of making me a hypocrite if I'm not willing to take my own advice, right? So I did. And this past summer was a lot of great stuff, some hard stuff, but mostly great stuff. And it was just kind of me dialing back and remembering why I started this in the first place. So stepping away, it gave me an opportunity to breathe, to reflect, and to figure out what thriving looks like. This is a definition that is determined by each individual person, okay? There's no one size fits all. I don't care who you are. There's no one size fits all, and that's just the way it is. Spoiler alert, thriving can get messy, and I mean messy. Looking at yourself in the mirror is never easy. Setting goals, sometimes stumbling and failing, okay? It's hard, but I am a firm believer in failing forward, okay? We have to stumble. We have to take steps. We have to try, and not all the spaghetti we throw against the wall is going to stick, but the one piece that does, that one's pretty tasty. So I'm really proud of how far I've come. I have done a ton of episodes now to get things started, and I feel like I finally found my groove. I have a great producer in an awesome studio. They speak my language, and I think they're kind of excited to hear about what's coming next on the show, and, they're cheerleaders for me. I like I'm always getting the fist bumps in the background. You guys are great. The other thing I had to really take a step back and consider, and I hope you're in the know about this for yourself, who do you answer to? I was putting so much pressure on myself unnecessarily, and I'm like, this is my own show. Wait a minute, these are my own goals. This is my own conversation. Like, who am I worried about? Like, pride can get in the way. Pride is a big factor for every single human being. I don't care who you are, what you believe in, what you do. Pride will absolutely get in the way, and it generates fear and anxiety and all these negative emotions that we literally bring on ourselves. Totally unnecessary, but it happens. And how you choose to deal with it, that is what I want to bring you in the know about. I choose to be happy, and with that means I'm willing to accept just not necessarily getting it all done sometimes, whether it's a workout that I set myself up to do, or a tennis match I didn't get to play in, or a book that I've been trying to read for like a month. Whatever it is, just be okay with not getting something done. Obviously, there's some things that are really important that are maybe work related, or if you have a family like I do, there are other people in my house that are counting on me. But if you just get your priorities in order and let everything else go, you can take a deep breath and you'll get through it. So coming back on the show, I feel like I am a little bit more myself, and I really do have a purpose. And I have also found this past summer, I had some hard moments. I had to really figure out who the right people are in my world as well. And I had to give myself a lot of grace. Give it to other people, but giving it to yourself is also important. And we really do forget that a lot in life. And when I was at a doctor's appointment, actually, about 6 months ago, the nurse asks me to get on the scale, as they always do. And I swear, I'm like, can I just step on it backwards? Don't even say the number. Like, just put it on the chart and whatever it is, is fine. But I decided not to do that this time. And she could see I was kind of like rolling my eyes. I was like, can I take off my jacket and my shoes and my jewelry and like anything that might add to the number on the scale? And I was half joking, but a part of me felt a little self-conscious and not totally happy with myself at the same time. And she said something so profound, it really stuck with me. And I'm going to share it with you in the hopes that the next time you are forced to step on a scale, you will be more in the know about yourself. Are you ready for it? She said, what if this is the size you're supposed to be? What? Wait a minute. The size I'm supposed to be? Like, oh, you mean I shouldn't have to sacrifice? I shouldn't have to watch every calorie? And she was like, there's nothing wrong with you. She's like, you're actually a very healthy young woman and your weight is great. She's like, maybe just focus on if your clothes fit and if you're healthy. And I thought, it's actually a very interesting way of looking at things, because I feel like as women, I don't know about you guys, but I know I am so pressured by people around me in society, whether I'm scrolling through social media or something you see on TV or someone on a show. And, what's out there is that person's reality. It's not mine. And I have to be okay with just being happy that someone else looks really awesome. I've never been afraid to pay another woman a compliment. I think that's something that more women should do. Instead of only comparing yourself, be like, dang, girl, that outfit looks so good on you. Instead of being more like, oh, I wish that outfit looked really good like that on me. Who cares? Just let that person look good and then worry about you. Something else that I had to learn, it was a really tough one for me this summer, was not all family is required. And let me explain myself. We go up and down sometimes with our family. That's because that's what family does. Sometimes we love each other. Sometimes we want to, grab each other and shake each other up. We get mad, we have fights, but we figure out how to come back around and love each other. We support each other, sometimes from a distance, sometimes really close. But I experienced some things this summer that really proved to me that just because we're related doesn't mean we have to have a relationship if it's not healthy and if it's not coming from a place of love. And that's okay. And I sleep well at night knowing I had to make those tough decisions because I tried my best. And, I don't want to say it's all about me, because it's not. But when it comes to your own wellness in any relationship, it is about you. And you have the right to decide, is this worth fighting through, or is it best to just walk away? And so I made a hard decision, and it was very beneficial for me. The other thing is giving yourself grace, like I mentioned. It's really important to not be so hard on yourself and to not be afraid to ask for help, right? Not just like mental help, because that's extremely important, but any kind of help. Like, hey, can you give me an idea about this? Or maybe you need somebody to do carpool with you for school or sports. It's okay to ask for help. I used to really get so wrapped up in what are people going to think of me if I can't handle it? I used to be known as this woman who can just do it all. Okay, great. But again, who am I answering to, right? I'm not here to impress everybody else. I'm here to love and take care of myself and my family. And if you're just doing that, if somebody thinks that you're great while you're doing it, awesome. If not, also awesome. And to me, being in the know with KO it's about sharing my life experiences, because I take it as a tremendous compliment. I don't take it lightly when somebody comes to me for advice, whether it's about being a wife, a mom, a friend, sister, podcaster, entrepreneur, former hotel executive, like whatever it is you want to talk about. I think that is the most amazing compliment you could ever give to a person, is when you go to them for advice. Because I had a boss that I still look at as a tremendous mentor, and he taught me, when someone comes to you for advice, that is the purest, most genuine sign of a true leader. And so again, whether it's my friends or even my kids' friends, they come to me for advice. And that means the absolute world to me. So, you know, it was also pleasantly surprised to be missed. I have to tell you, I was so totally flattered. My husband and I were actually at a basketball tournament for our youngest son in the middle of the summer, and someone, a dad of one of the boys, came up to us. We hadn't seen them in several months, and he was like, "Oh man," he's like, "When's your show coming back on? I love your show. I love listening." And I was like, "Oh, really? I had no idea that you listened. Thank you." And I was out in my neighborhood walking with friends, and someone said, "Oh my gosh, I've been missing your show. When are you coming back?" And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so like, I have a little bit of local fame. That is so exciting to me that people care about what I have to say. And so because of that, whether it's 2 of you or 2,000 or 2 million, I am here to bring you in the know. And my season coming up is no joke. I have really looked within myself about what kind of message I want to share. And, you know, getting messages from people like that really just meant so much. And I thought, okay, I want to talk about women's health and hormones because that's a really hot topic for me as a 49-year-old woman. And then I also thought, okay, what comes along with that? A lot of everyday life stuff that I know all of us are affected by. And even though some of the topics might seem female specific, for the guys that are listening, if you have women in your life, maybe this will help you to be more sensitive. You know, it's kind of like reading a Vogue magazine or a women's health magazine. I'm kind of giving you some inside scoop here, right? So overcoming heartbreak and healing, toxic relationships, which really come in all shapes and sizes, and even helping our kids get through those, right? Laughing through the tears, whether it's grief or just a really tough day or a tough moment. And I want to talk about some controversial stuff that the FDA is putting out there because I don't know about you, but when I hear FDA, I actually think WTH because there's a lot of stuff going around. And I feel like we could just go down the rabbit hole of research and development about all these topics in like 100 different episodes. But I just want to share what works for my family, and maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't. But either way, we're going to have some fun talks. Getting real, laughing, and each episode is going to be designed with purpose. So if that's what you're looking for, then you're definitely in the right place because the upcoming guests that I have in mind they're not just raw because they're real, but they have authenticity, which is something that I've been thriving on in my late 40s. If you're not authentic, I don't know if we can ever get along. We can have different viewpoints. We can have different beliefs. We can come from completely different places. And as long as you are bringing your most authentic self, chances are we'll have a really awesome relationship. If not, I'm probably going to put some distance between us. I'm sorry. These guests that I have in mind that you guys are going to have the pleasure of hearing are not just honest and inspiring with real life stories, but they also want to make a difference and bring people in the know. So I hope you're going to be just as excited. And you know what? I don't want to just do this for you. I want to do this for the people that you're in your life with. So continue to send me those messages. Drop some comments in the public posts that we share and let me know what you want to be in the know about because I genuinely appreciate having the opportunity to have these conversations, even though it seems one-sided because I'm currently the one doing all the talking, but you're doing all the listening, and that matters to me. So I can't thank you enough for the amount of episodes that we've gotten through together. I am truly blessed. And if you do enjoy, please continue to share them. Don't be afraid to mark a 5-star review and continue to stay in the know with KO. Thank you again for listening. Until next time.